Hey, all my Planet Zoo friends, Xelixor here, and I'm joined by Verona.
Hello!
We are back for a new contest. So, the new contest is gonna be the Planet Zoo Mini Zoo contest. So,
Finally, it's here.
Finally, it's here. It's been requested. Of course, in Plenko we did some mini park challenges, and people love the idea of mini zoos as well. So that's what led us here. Mini Zoo contest.
And also with the new updates that we got this week in Planet Zoo.
Yes, the Euro.
We've got some really cool features. We got, of course, a new DLC for the Europe pack, but we also got some free content, which is updates for a restaurant feature and counter-based zoo shops in zoo. So you don't have the boxes, or you don't have to use the boxes.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so, and then some other stuff as well. So this is the perfect time to try that all out. And Zoo is also, has been in sale the last few days. So maybe some more people have the game now, want to try it.
Definitely. It's very
Let's
cheap.
have a fun contest.
$11.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the link to the rules form is in the description down below. But we will go through it right here. So we'll pull it up, and here's the Planet Zoo contest. So the next contest is one people have requested often. Now it's finally here. Get ready for a mini zoo contest. What is a mini zoo? Planet Zoo has these really big maps available for us to build, and that's great. However, for most people it will take years to fill it up, and people often get overwhelmed by the space presented to them. A mini zoo is a small part of the map you are using to showcase a zoo with some basic zoo features. Think about a nice entrance to the zoo, a plaza with some shops, a few themed habitats and exhibits. A mini zoo doesn't have to be a zoo in the traditional way. You can go all out and think out of the box. We would love to see some really creative zoos where you think of some original themes and try to use all the assets in the game, and the new ones of course, to make something really unique. Some examples could be a post-apocalyptic overrun town, part of an alien planet, or maybe some super secret high-tech village in a hidden jungle. Ooh.
So yeah, what's the deal with the mini zoo is that, of course, you have this really big space in the map, and it's really tempting to fill it all up. But if you are presented with a small space, in this case, that will be a 50 by 50 grid, which is like 200 meters by 200 meters.
You can see it here.
You will have, if you zoom out, you see how much, you don't have to do it now, but yeah, it's like a really big space. You don't need to use all of that. So,
no, the map is huge. Look at this.
Yes.
This is 50 by 50 with a little bit of path layout and some, track ride half finished in there. It's a big space.
It's just to show
50.
the scale of it all, yeah. And
definitely.
What we want to see is that you guys just make a quaint, entertaining area. And it doesn't have to be an actual zoo. It can be anything, as long as it has some minimum requirements, which we will show you in the rules doc.
So let's just go over the rules now and the requirements, and then we can show you a little bit more, maybe while we talk about it as well. So, as always, you need to be a registered member of the community in Discord. That way we can see your rank. Even though in Zoo it's a bit finicky sometimes with the ranks, that's... some people from Plenko that might never really play Zoo will join in as well. So we will see how that's going to work out. But anyway... the contest runs for 10 weeks approximately, from December 21st when the video comes out until it ends on March 1st, 2022. The park size has to be 50 by 50, as you can see here. Maybe we will have the border available for download. If so, it will be in the description below. And it's 50 by 50 inside the borders, of course. And it has to be submitted as a park file. You cannot build outside the 50 by 50 grid, so no buildings please, but you may terraform, like you can see here. You can place water, you can place trees, but
mountains.
No other... Yeah, mountains, definitely. No other scenery please. So not a whole flower garden in the back that is just
or lots
FPS
of shrubbery.
Killer, or that.
Yes, exactly. So trees are okay, but just try to keep it a bit I mean, the focus should be on the actual zoo, right? So it's
Definitely.
more like to make it a seamless transition, because you don't need to keep the border in. You can delete it afterwards.
Definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't keep the border if I were you.
Yeah, and you don't have to fill it corner to corner in a square. You can make it an organic shape as long as it fits within that 50-50 grid. So
Definitely.
just go crazy, terraforming, water, do whatever you feel will be fun. And yeah, there's lots of stuff that you can do with this. All of
Definitely.
This. And we are giving you 10 weeks, which is
Also.
a lot of time. Yeah.
Then
Should be a lot of time.
definitely, and not like previous. Don't ask if you can put a building outside. It's not gonna happen, guys. Already say it now. We had the discussion a lot of times. We've decided you can terraform, no buildings on the outside. Submissions must be unique and original creations for this contest. So no blueprints from the workshop. You can use fonts that have been made, as in all of our contests, basically. Because it's a pain in the butt sometimes to make fonts. So those you can use from other people. But no blueprints from yourself, from your own workshop, or from other people. Probably unless it's like one of those tiny things, right?
Yeah, I mean, always credit the person that made it, first of all, if you use a font.
Definitely.
But yeah, we would love to see what you can make. We don't want to see a bunch of downloaded blueprints.
No.
So
Definitely not.
don't use other people's stuff, pretty much.
No. Or your own.
Or your own created stuff. That's a good point.
Or your own habitats.
Don't use stuff that you already made before. Just
No.
make stuff from scratch.
Yep.
And yeah.
Everyone starts fresh. And one submission per member. I mean, that's just a normal thing. Okay, so then we go over some of the minimum requirements. We want a highly themed entrance to the park. So normally you start with this entrance. Of course, in Planet Zoo, in most maps, you get these. But recently we've got the new spawn points. So we've got the shuttle coach bus right here. And we've got the ferry as well, where people are walking out of right now. But if you place these are just spawn points. So you still have to build an entrance gate right here. Zoo entrance. And then we want a nice entrance built around this, of course.
Yeah. So, in case you use like a boat as an entrance, build a nice, maybe a harbor or something creative to let the people enter your area. And don't just put gates down like this, but build a fully immersed, beautiful area around it. We really want to see a nice entrance, not just a spawn point in a corner of the map without any theming or something like that.
No.
You know what I mean? So come up with some creative ideas. You can do almost anything in this game because we have small pieces. There's no piece limit to this park. So go all out. And yeah, you can use a normal spawn point. You can use one within these if you have them. Come up with something cool.
Definitely. And then we also want 3 habitats with animals. Your choice. Go nuts. It has to fit, of course, within the 50 by 50. And
it's a lot of space, so
definitely.
You can make more than 3 habitats if you want to. Obviously, it doesn't have to look like a zoo habitat in the sense of the normal gates and stuff. Again, you can just make, for example, an overrun town, but then make sure you have different sections so we know it's not just one big pile of animals fighting each other in an arena in the middle. You know what I mean? Which is fun, but
I have that in my workshop, the arena.
Yeah. Yep, so you can do something like that, but we want to see 3 different ones at least.
And this is one of the pre-mates from Frontier. I think it's an underwater exhibit because the fish feeder is here, but so this is a small habitat, and you see how much space there is. So no worries, you can make something beautiful. Then we want an area with exhibit animals, so the boxes, of course.
Yes, those are the small boxes where you have the snakes and
Where
insects.
are they? Okay, so here are the exhibits. Yeah, we want a couple of those. Please, a few. That would be nice.
Yeah, you don't have to make one big building, but if you want, you can make like a vivarium. We had a contest about that before, where you had to have multiple of these in a building incorporated. You can make something like that, but you can also use them in another way. We are not restricting you in that. We just want to see you try out using these boxes somehow in the zoo. So you need to have...
Just integrate them nicely. We've seen it in the exhibition contest. Like people have beautifully integrated them in all kinds of things.
If you want inspiration, you can watch the videos back on this channel. There's like a showcase, right? Showcase video or
Yep. Definitely. Then we also want a plaza area with some shops. You decide where you want it. If you want it at the entrance, if you want it halfway through your park, whatever you come up with.
Multiple areas.
Definitely. Yeah,
and we have
shops.
some new features with that. So first of all, you can use this box shops, but we have new shops. Maybe yes, exactly. So we now got restaurants, and there are some good videos on explanation of how to use them. But basically, you attach a seating area to this, and you can see them cooking here. People walk through here, and then they are teleported sort of to a seating area that you link up with the restaurant. So for example here, and then you can see the people sitting there.
It's perfect.
And that will look more
Here's another
immersive,
example.
I guess. Yes, exactly.
So
build your own. You can
here,
do
bloop, and then
nice. And then you sit in the very tall grass. So these are the restaurants, but there's also the shops, and that's a different one.
Okay. So these are the new ones.
Yeah. Yes, that's the counter shops, and you can build around it. So you're not limited to the box shape that they're usually stuck into. They gave us some food trucks as well. So you can put them in there, but obviously we want to see you make a highly themed shop. So one of the requirements is either a highly themed shop like this, a counter shop, or a restaurant, or both. If you want to do both, that's totally fine. But we want to see at least one. So make maybe if you go for a shop like that, make one with an interior or like a highly decorated area around it that makes sense to that shop. Same thing with the restaurant. Just make a highly themed area. And
this is the restaurant box. This is the way it comes. So they're all the same. And then you can just build around this. And here you can link tables, place table, or you can all do that from here. So
yes,
great.
Yes.
That was the other point. Highly themed counter shop, and then we also want a track ride. I've placed down a safari ride in here, and you can make it go through your habitats over the roads and all kinds of fun things. But of course, you can also let's get the facilities. There we go. We of course have the transport monorail if you want to use this one. There we go. You can also use a boat ride if you'd rather do that somewhere in the water. If you make a water-based park, put in a nice boat ride for your guests. We have a train and we have the gondola, which you can also use. The train, I think, is quite big if you want to use it, but I mean, it's not too bad. But
I mean, it fits in this park. And use your space clever, because we want to see a station for your track ride. So if doesn't matter which track ride you choose, we want to see a highly themed station where people enter it. And
just slap this down.
Use elevation as well, because if you don't have enough space, maybe make a station on above your entrance or integrated in your entrance of your park. Stuff like that. Make it underground. Make it in a mountain. I don't know what you do, but think of different levels, not only flat terrain.
No, this is very flat map. Don't do this.
Yeah. And
So-
if you do this, make it epic looking.
Yes, please. And I've been asking this for such a long time. I want a cool safari ride. Like, we haven't seen much of those, to be honest.
No.
Just
And
give
you
us
can-
something cool.
Yeah, we want to see those rides interacting with the habitats and maybe with the plazas and just
Yeah.
being part of the park. And you mean for this safari ride, you have two types of track. You have the normal one, you have some with fences. I don't know if you all know this, but
Yeah.
if you edit the track, you can
There you
see like over there. I am not entirely sure if the animals clip through it. I'm hoping not, but
don't think
would be nice if they are not going through this, but that way you can maybe, you know, make it a bit versatile. I don't know. There's so many things to
Definitely.
choose from, and we want to see you use this in the most epic way for animals, showcasing animals in their exhibits or habitats
Yeah.
as possible.
And of course, it's
And
not
again,
the
it-
easiest because animals walk around. So keep that in mind that, you know, if you want to have a moment where you really want us to see something and you're relying on the animals, that might be a bit difficult because that might be all over the place. So work with statues, work with, shapes and scenery pieces, and give us something cool to look at. Like almost like a Plinko dark ride kind of idea is, you know,
Yeah.
also what I'm thinking that some people maybe would like to try. Of course,
Yes.
there's some people just want a nice organic safari ride. But I think if you think out of the box a bit, you can do a really cool, you know, safari tour.
Yeah, and I don't think all these rides are allowed in the habitat or in the same way, because they do walk over the safari ride track, I think, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the train and stuff. So in some cases you just want to use this as a transport ride through the park, but make sure that you from the ride have, you know, cool scenery and that you can view the animals and stuff like that. If this is floating over it, you know, make it immersive and
Definitely.
come up with a way to show everything.
Yes, and then the last thing we really want in the park, or it has to be in the park, it's a requirement, is a staff area, which, as you all know in Zoo, people don't like to see the staff area, so like this, people are not a big fan of when it's just out in the open and you can see all the staff areas here, like the power, and people don't
Yeah.
like to see that. So make
Yes.
a staff area that is, you know, either tucked away from the audience, you know, make it look pretty.
Yeah, and make
and
it
functioning.
functioning. Yes. And yes, you can go all out on the backstage area. That's fine.
Definitely.
Just include it as a functioning part of the zoo.
Yeah.
And
And
there's
you need
lots
it
of
anyway.
other.
Otherwise,
you
your
do
zoo
other-
doesn't work.
Exactly. So think about how to cleverly use that, because you know we will all be seeing these videos and we will all be voting. So if you think about it thoroughly and that will give you lots of points, I think.
Definitely. And,
And-
also we've got a lot of new decals and stuff from the Euro pack.
Pack. Yeah.
Can do a lot of
Looking
cool
really
things
good.
with that.
Yeah, but then again, you don't need any of the DLC to do this contest. You just need the base game. There are some free updates that are in there, like the water that you can now change the color of, and stuff like that. It's really cool to see. You can make it like purple or I don't know,
Definitely. There you go.
pink.
can-
And then make an alien planet or something cool. I
Definitely.
mean, that's what I have been trying to make for a while.
Look at this.
I would
It's
love to see
crazy.
some creative things. Yeah, it
Right?
doesn't have to be a realistic zoo. And sure, you can make a normal zoo, but it is also very fun to see how far we can push this game. Because people love the creativity in Planet Coaster, but this game allows you to build even more. Because of the smaller pieces,
Yeah.
because of the
especially now.
clutter assets. Yes.
Like after all the updates, now it's becoming a game that you can really
It's not just a management game
get
alone,
creative
right?
with now,
Yeah.
with all the weird colors and all the scenery pieces we got.
I mean, you can
Definitely.
even make like a shop, like a gulpy shop, and make
Yeah.
them pump water out of the green toxic
Definitely.
green looking lake behind it. You know, you can do so many fun things, and we want to see that. And yeah, of course you're allowed to add more to the zoo.
Someone peed in the pool.
Of course you can do, you can add more to the zoo than what we just gave as requirements. There's also an option where you can make these schooling, what do you call it, education areas, theaters almost. We didn't make it a requirement because we didn't want to ask too much. That's why it's just 3 habitats, some exhibit animals, you know, a plaza. But you can make more than that. That's okay.
Definitely.
As long as you have the requirements, then it's fine.
Go nuts.
Yes.
So then we have some tips and tricks as well. Blueprints with statue pieces unlocked via the campaign can only be placed by those who have also unlocked them. So please don't use the statues. It's just going to be a hassle. And if you do, you have to volunteer. Oh, it's not volunteering at that point. But you have to set up the maps. We'll be like, here you got 50 maps, have fun. Set it up. So no, please don't use the statues. It's just gonna be a pain.
It's more like this is a thing that we always have in the contest for zoo. This time it will be parks, so it's less of a problem, but still it is giving you an error, I think, if you open a park with statues that are unlocked through the campaign that you don't have unlocked yet. So maybe don't use them at all. Better. But I mean, and of course we just browse through the workshop and stuff to see what others have made so far and use inspiration from it, but don't copy it.
No. And of course, you know, use Discord and the whole community. Ask questions. You know, there's so many people playing Planet Zoo, and we've got a big community. So, you know,
and
just
if you are not there yet,
Yeah,
if you haven't joined yet, you can always join.
Definitely.
And
Then we get to the videos, results, voting. Videos will be made for each mini zoo, so everyone gets their own video made by Fua and myself. Details about the voting will be announced at a future date. We haven't really discussed that with the team, so we will get back to you on that. But you know, that's what we normally do. And either Zafor makes a Google Docs voting form or something else. I don't know. We'll come up with something. Top 3 winners will get a Steam game of their choice and emojis for first, second, and third place, as always. And the submission form will be linked later, which we'll also we'll discuss later. But yeah, guys have almost you have 10 weeks, so it's a long time till March 1st. Even though time flies like nowadays, I don't know, but it seemed like this year just flew by.
That's true. I mean, it's almost the entire winter you have for building this. Everyone is inside anyway, so go make some beautiful zoos, blow us away, show your love for this game, because we really want to show how pretty this game is and what beautiful things you can make in this. So, let us know.
Think out of the box, please.
Think out of the box,
We love normal traditional zoos, great, but we also would like to see something crazy for once in zoo. It's not a requirement, it's just a personal thing that
preference.
I think that we would love to see some crazy out of the... It can still be a zoo, but it can be a zoo not from this realm of existence.
Exactly.
That would be fun.
And of course we plop down some things to show you, for example, the border and the rides. Please use this as an example. Because this is nothing.
Please don't make this. If you send this in, you'll be disqualified.
There is some requirement of some level of... you need to show that you have put some effort in.
Definitely.
That's another requirement.
This was 10 minutes of work. Not even. Yeah. With a yellow pea river. So okay, well, let us know. Start building, guys. If you have questions, let us know. Tag us in Discord or send a DM to me or Fua. I think that's all right. And if you have questions about the game mechanics in the game or stuff like that, just ask on Discord. Don't really DM us about that, but you can, ask us about the contest rules and stuff like that. That's all fine. You can also, of course, ask in the comments down below, and I'll answer those when I get to it. Cool. So,
right.
Everyone,
really
have fun building. Yeah, I'm excited too. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Have fun building, and we'll see you later. Bye now.
Doei.